So this is what I came up with for the threshold for the doors. Actually, it's for the deck that folds down. So I've kind of devised my own hinge system. You see these screw bolts or screw lags. They go into this 4x6. But I've got this bolted from the top, as you can see, and it goes through that 2-inch flange that we've been talking about. I've got 4 bolts that this thing is basically hanging on, and it's real strong, and this will serve, like I said, as the piece that I can mount the deck to. So I'm going to show you how this hinge system is going to work. Okay, so what you see here is a U-bolt. I've got a scrap of wood just demonstrating how this might work. And so the U-bolt goes through this 2x4, which will be the side rail of the deck. It's bolted through, of course, hooked onto the screw eye. So what that allows me to do is to fold this up like that. That will be the deck when it's folded up. And then obviously when it's down. Now, I've taken an inch out of the 4x6 here. What that does, it allows a place for that decking to reside. Otherwise it would bind, and I couldn't get this to go up parallel to the sidewall, tuck away during travel. So obviously you see I've got 4 of these, and I think that'll be very strong, and that's how we're doing the fold down deck. I'm getting ready to install these doors, but before I can do that, I need to go ahead and put some flashing protective tape here. And I couldn't, and the reason I had to do these thresholds is because I've got them bolted here. And obviously I couldn't get at that flange if the doors were installed. So this had to go in first. Now I'm able to flash this and install the doors. So that's why we've been waiting on the installation of the doors while I came up with the plan for the fold down deck. So here it is. Here's the complete rig. I've got the doors and windows installed, and I wanted to take it to the scales to weigh it, which we did. And the trailer came in, the tiny house came in, as you see it here, at 5,400 pounds. So that's pretty good news. I don't want to go more than about 8,500 pounds. So we've got about, what that difference is, 3,100 pounds that we can add to it. But this is a pretty nice setup, what we've got here with the Ram 2500, the drop hitch. And it did well on the road. We just drove it about 20 miles to the Catskills and got the results. I pinned the doors down with that strip of wood you see there. It's a deadbolt set, and the pins, throw bolts are set. So I just did that for a little bit of insurance, but you can see what it looks like. Worked out great. So you can see my drop hitch setup. It's a real nice drop hitch. You see it's got a 20,000 pound rating with a 2,000 pound tongue weight. So we're not messing around. This thing is set up nice, and it's doing the job. You see my deck, fold out deck, threshold. We'll talk more about that. Like I said, did real well. Also wanted to show you these tow mirrors I got. They're really cool. They just slip on to the factory mirror, and you've got this extra mirror here, and then the regular mirror works inside. So I'll show you how this works. You just simply do this. It'll look kind of sporty, right? There'll be a little wedge that'll fall out. So I'll just do this though. See? Bam. Isn't that cool? So just slips right on there. Pretty neat. I wanted to do a current weight of the tongue now that I have the doors and windows installed. To see where I am, I told you that I had been to the scales, and the trailer came in at 5,400 pounds. And according to the scales there, if you do all the math, the tongue weight came in at about 940. So let's see what my scale here reads. Let's lower this down. Okay. So there you go. Just about, well, just right at about 900. So that means this little shearline scale is pretty accurate. So I've got 900 pounds of tongue weight. And now you know what I'm talking about with the Ram 1500. That tongue weight capacity on a Ram 1500 I estimate to be about 750 pounds, maybe 800. And the Ram 2500 is rated at a tongue weight of 1,800 pounds. So you see I've got great capacity with the new truck, but I still want to keep the whole tiny house under 10,000 pounds, which is the maximum rating of the trailer. So that's what we're going to do. I hope to keep the tiny house between like 8,500, 9,000 pounds, maybe give myself a little wiggle room. The truck is strong enough to tow up to, I don't know, 11 to 13,000 pounds, but none of that should come into play. Hopefully, you know, we're under all of those calculations, or at least the maximums for both the trailer itself, the combined vehicle weight and capacity of the truck.